Which Microsoft products right now you believe is high in demand?
It's been an interesting couple years in that regards, because the whole suite of moving to the cloud piece has been a huge difference. I was with a CIO of a medium-sized company a couple weeks ago, and we got into this conversation of, wow, I've converted this ERP system, and I'm looking at Microsoft for this, and the whole position of moving to the cloud has been a change for his business. And that has changed how the partner ecosystem has worked, right? You see cloud-based companies in the Microsoft ecosystem, and there's big debate whether they're successful or not in the partner ecosystem, right? There has been some that have stopped, failed, and some that have succeeded. So it is a very interesting, turbulent time as far as what is the right strategy. And I would categorize it a couple ways. The Microsoft base of technology out there is varied, and some of it is aging of the current infrastructure base. So we look at the infrastructure-based partners a little differently than we used to, because that has been shifting to the cloud, and that has changed. And some of them are changing their models to fit in that world, and some are not. So that's a very challenging space. So you still see a lot of opportunity on the database side. You still see a tremendous amount of data coming into companies today, whether it's a small, medium, or large size companies. You see the amount of, so BI is obviously a huge portion of this, and the Microsoft product suite really fits that well, particularly with the Office front end for a lot of these pieces. And it's been an interesting thing I've been watching recently, where you've seen a lot of movement as these new cycles have come on of actually taking the old stuff and upgrading it, And I think there's tremendous amount of opportunity in that, you call it mobile enablement, mobile development space, e-commerce spaces, all those spaces where you have Microsoft backends and you have all these new products coming from Microsoft. How does it all fit together? It's tremendous interesting in the application space of how all this is going to flush out. You have Microsoft where it was competing in the open source space, but now it's collaborating in the open source space. It's really interesting to me. So you have a variety of different partners here we talked about. The LARs are changing their model because they're now not as much, they're selling licenses, but those licenses may be in the cloud, they may be on-prem. It's a little different sales model now. The LARs, VARs, and OEMs, right? The middle group that we talk about is the ISVs, and they're having to evolve their products to say, okay, Microsoft is coming out with this piece, so we need to evolve our product to do something else, right? And then you have the services partners, the learning, the service delivery side, and they have to evolve into this new world also. I think there's a tremendous amount in the learning space and in the services delivery space because of all these factors going on. But it has changed. It really has changed. I think the days are gone where we can just put simple applications. So we have to think. I was reading a paper recently about globalization of our applications and thinking about not just language when we start developing applications, but thinking about regionalizing your applications. For example, you might want to have a different set of language you put in New York versus down in southern United States even. So the whole concepts of how we're developing applications and how Microsoft is coming along that ecosystem is really exciting. I think that's the big area in my mind.